Welcome everyone to Mind Your Own Business. So excited to have you here. I got a little teary when I thought of the training today because it's just it's going to change your life. I just know it's going to change your life, and it's an important one, and it's about selling. You know, the title was Got Sales, and I think we're probably going to do like a 4-week series on selling. But I had a lot of coaching calls with a bunch of you on the team this last week. And here's what I want us to realize is, selling is two things. It's a skill set and it's a mindset. And just to give you we're going to talk about the mindset today. Just to give you a sense of where I came from. I was in private practice as a psychologist for 13 years. I was invited by an Arbonne consultant to join Arbonne. And for 6 years, I told her no. And I would literally say this: I don't sell, I help people, like they were mutually exclusive categories. And for 6 years, I said no to being an entrepreneur because what I thought sales was. And I realized, looking back, I had never had any training on sales. So then fast forward, join Arbonne, do that, have a sales system that did not jive with me at all. And I tried to work it for 6 years. And of course it didn't work for me because it wasn't in alignment, but it got me to a place, and I'm grateful for Arbonne. It got me to a place of wanting to create my own business. And so I wanted to create my own coaching and consulting and speaking business. And I realized that now my mindset had caught up. I knew I was really good at what I did and I was open to receive money for it, but I knew my skill set was terrible. So I reached out to my friend who was a top realtor, and I'm like, can I just practice on you? Because she had sold her whole entire life. Since she was a child, she was just this natural seller. So we get on the phone and we practice, and she's like, oh, wow, you really are bad. And I was like, I know. So my first hire was a sales coach. Okay. But I want to read from you from my book, Mind Your Own Business, day 13, Stop Being So Funny About Money. I want to read to you the 2 pages. And this first 2 paragraphs are about someone that you know. And I'll tell you who it is after I read it. Okay, stop being so funny about money. Sit back and relax. A client of mine recently hired me because she had been building her business for 4 years and had not yet made any money. We tallied up the money she had spent on coaching, conferences, seminars, online classes, and personal development. She had spent well over $100,000 on her business. When we explored her money mindset, she said, I'm afraid my wanting money is a character defect, a bad fault of mine. She was worried she was greedy, ungrateful, and selfish. She would say things like, Dr. Aaron, do I really deserve to make so much money? Does it mean I'm greedy if I want more money? People will think I'm greedy if I make a lot of money. I must be selfish for wanting to make money. I'll pause right here. This beautiful soul is not on the call today, but can you guess who this beautiful soul might be? A beautiful, loving, Joby. Pamela. Who's Pamela? It's Pamela. She ended up being top 10 saleswoman of the year in Nevada after working with me for 2 years in a row, people. Okay. Imagine poking your nose up to the glass that separates you from all the newborn babies lined up in the hospital nursery. Fresh and new, perfect, beautiful little babies. We would never walk up to one of them and say, you deserve a good life, but only 50% of all the goodness. We would never limit the abundance that's waiting for any of them, yet we do it to ourselves all the time. I will boldly say that any thought you've told yourself that is not what you would say to those precious newborn babies is just bad programming, lies, untruths you have learned from somewhere, someone, at some time. And the good news is we can always rewire our brains. If we cannot get over our fear of making money, we will never make any. Start by focusing on the value you are giving to others, not what you are getting. You make money, you don't take money. You offer value to those who deem it valuable. You don't push people to make choices they don't want to make. I think of money as a medium of exchange. Money is a neutral conduit for a value exchange between two people. Person one says, hey, I've got this item. If you're looking for this item, it's this much money. Person two says, yes, I want that item, or I don't. And I'm willing or unwilling to exchange that amount of money for the item. It's a contract, an exchange of services rendered or value added or skills delivered or time saved or problem solved. That's it. The amount of money you earn depends on your mindset of the value of your item and your beliefs about your worthiness to charge for that item. The amount of money you earn is not about the attitudes of your buyer or your worth on the planet. Your worth on the planet was established at birth. It's not up for discussion or based on someone's opinion. Bliss is your birthright. So before we open this up, I want to share some other ideas. I want you to think about it like this. We have this system. We have all the scripts. You can literally follow the scripts and make money here. So why don't people do it? It's between the 8 inches between your ears. So someone on our coaching call this week said, I just feel like people are going to think that the only reason I'm talking to them is to sell them something. I want you to understand one thing, that everything's a sale. When Garth asked me to marry him, that was a sale. When we said, come to Vegas, come to conference, that was a sale. Sales is this: you're enrolling, persuading, onboarding people into a mission or to buy products from you. Sometimes sales involves the exchange of money. But if everything's a sale, sometimes it doesn't involve money. So broaden your understanding of the definition of sales, because if you have a bad relationship with this idea of selling, it might mean your definition's just faulty. Everything's a sale. Sitting on Santa's lap was a sale. I want this. Getting the puppy we got in COVID was a sale. My daughter wanted the dog, right? Everything is a sale and everything's a commission, says Grant Cardone. And I believe that to be true. Sometimes it involves an exchange of money. The other thing I want you to understand is this thing that John Maxwell calls the law of the lid. The amount of money you make will only be at the level of worthiness you think you're available for. And the reason why I got teary before this call was my lid has finally been lifted. And I wish I could bottle it up for you and give you that feeling, but I'm getting you there. All this stuff helps you get there. And that takes time and personal development. But I want you to understand that you don't have to become that person overnight. You're going to get some time to grow into the woman and the man that thinks they're worthy of all that money. Okay? You don't have to do it overnight. You will grow into her and him. So don't even worry about, am I worthy of $1 million? You'll have plenty of time to work your way up there. Okay? And the last thing is, most people join network marketing to make money. Some people join to find their tribe and to have fun and to do personal development. But for those of us that are joining to grow a business, by the sheer definition of a business, put in the chat room, what's the number one goal of any business? Share in the chat what you think. What's the number one goal of business? Profit. Serving others, money to make money. A hobby is something you do for fun. A business is something you do to make money. It's just the definition of what a business actually is. Now, network marketing, yes, we love serving others, but the goal of a business is to make money. So I was walking with Garth yesterday and I was like, so many people say like, I don't want them to just think I want to make money. And he made a really good point that part of your job is to accept that you want to make money. and that you're in business, and to say, yeah, I want to grow a business. And I looked back on my coaching career, and when I invited people to my one-day live events, or I invited them to do coaching with me, I was asking for money. And I could have told myself the story of, everyone's going to think that all Dr. Erin wants is my money, but I didn't. And by taking their money, they were able to come to my event and get massive, massive value and change their lives. And then I had to learn how to take $9,000 of their money for coaching. That's the law of the lid. How much are you really going to allow yourself to take, right? How many people's lives are you really going to allow yourself to change? So let's try to stop being so funny about money. Let's try to embrace, yeah, I'm on business. I am here to grow a business, a really profitable, successful business. And I want to show other people how to do that too. Let's stop hiding behind this. I'm just here to help people. Guess what? The only way to sell is to help people, because that's the definition. I'm looking for people who are looking for me. So good news, you can just give that up. I'm just looking for people who are looking for me. Now, one last thing I want to say. I have heard many, many, many times in network marketing, a no just means no for now. It's not a real no. And I beg to differ. If you're Santa Claus and you say, what's on your list, and you don't have that thing in your bag, you don't have it. Not everyone wants to get healthy. Not everyone wants to grow a business. You could actually just accept their no. You can circle back with them and say, has anything changed? But why would I assume I knew that your no was just you being stupid or not knowing what you want in your life? There are people that do not value their health. So let's just stop being weird about it all. And just go and find people who are looking for me. I'm just looking for people who are looking for me. I got this thing. Do you want this thing? I got this thing. Do you want this thing? It costs this much. Do you want to pay this much? Done. It's very neutral. And when you can experience it as neutral, it's fun. So hashtag don't be weird. Let's just not be weird. Let's just try to be cool. So I love you guys. Thanks for coming. I'm going to open up for questions and the recording there. But let's stop being so funny about money. Let's break through the law of the lid and sell.